Hi, welcome to another Mind Blow mini lesson with Miss Hoover. Today we are talking compare and contrast. Our I can statement is I can find similarities and differences between texts, characters, or events. So materials needed today, you need your Chromebook, your chapter book, compare and contrast brochure, and a positive can-do attitude. Here we go. So I know I say this like every video about how good the book is, but if you did not read Stargirl last year, depending on your language arts teacher, you have to read it now. It's so good. It's a great book. So if you need some more convincing, come see me. I'm going to use Stargirl as my example. I'll talk about the two characters I'm going to compare and contrast, but let's talk about that really quick. Now, notice that we use this shape, I guess you could call it. It's called the Venn diagram. When we're comparing and contrasting, this is the normal kind of template that we use to do that. So you can compare and contrast a lot of things. You can do books, characters, the book to the movie, the settings. There's a bunch of different things that you can compare within a chapter book. So it's really important for us to compare and contrast things because we need to really understand, especially characters as a whole. We need to understand how they're similar to others and how they're different from other people. So it really helps us understand them as individuals. Some sentence starters to use while you're talking about comparing and contrasting. You can say, similarities and differences I found are, similarities I noticed were, differences I noticed were, these texts are alike and different because, so those are just some examples of some sentence starters to get you started. Now, Stargirl, I'm going to compare and contrast two characters, and Stargirl is our main character. She is what we call a nonconformist, and she's a new student at Micah High School. And a nonconformist means that she's not your typical high school student. She really doesn't care about what other people think about her. And then we have Hillary. Now, she is kind of the popular crew at the high school, and she really hates Stargirl. And she's not afraid to kind of speak up against people who are different because that makes her feel uncomfortable and she doesn't like it. So I am comparing and contrasting two characters in this book, which is Stargirl and Hillary. Now, similarities, things that are alike about them. They're both students at Micah High School, and they both live in Arizona, which is the setting of my book. There's not too much else similar. Differences, Stargirl doesn't care what her peers think about her, and she's very kind. And Hillary is mean and cares what others think, and she really cares about social standing, which means she cares about how popular she is in school. Okay. Now, if I was going to compare, let's say, a text to another text, that would mean I need to read the entire book and compare it to another book that I've already read. Okay. Some major events. So let's say that I was reading something like I Survived, and maybe it was an I Survived about a war, and you could compare this war to a different war. Okay. So those are the other ways you can compare and contrast. There is another box, so if you think of another way, just come shoot it by me real quick, and I'll approve that for you. Otherwise, happy comparing and contrasting. Come see me if you need help.